And as if their visual art skills weren't powerful enough, the storytelling in the series is otherworldly. Hi! Welcome back to my channel! Today, we'll be discussing Banana Scandal by Dolsha. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click subscribe and get your BL Library card for the BL Library. Before we get started, there will be spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled on this manhwa, go ahead and click off now. No worries, I'll catch you next time. For those of you who decide to stick around, let's go over some content warnings and get ready because this is a long one. There may be references to pedophilia, stalking, bullying, BDSM, including unsafe and non-consensual BDSM, dubcon, homomesia, racism, obsession, PTSD, religion, assault, peer pressure, gossiping, prejudice, excessive drinking, manipulation, drugging, violence, underage drinking, mentions of breakups, attempted sexual assault, blood, slut-shaming, sexism, blackmail, fraud, forgery, mentions of cheating, not between the main couples, mentions of murder, mentions of gambling, abuse, mentions of child abandonment, police, self-hatred, strained parent-child relationships, theft, self-harm, insomnia, sleep paralysis, and child abuse, as these things do appear in the manhwa. But if that's okay with you, let's go and get started. Dojin is a college student from Korea who's attending university in the States. He enjoys it, but it hasn't always been smooth sailing. Even though he's no longer in Korea, the experience of rumors and judgment is just as rampant in the tight-knit Korean community on his campus. Dojin does his best to stay out of the drama while still enjoying college life, but when his roommate Taiwan goes off to intern in Hong Kong, Dojin's peaceful college life is thrown into disarray as Tae-hee, Taiwan's younger brother, comes to stay in their apartment. It's not so bad at first. Dojin has known Tae-hee since they were young, and despite being taller and a bit gloomier, he's still the introverted boy who loves cartoons for kids. Tae-hee, however, is no longer that innocent young boy. While Dojin is sleeping in their room, he happens to hear something odd. It doesn't take much to realize that Tae-hee is playing with himself behind Dojin's back. Dojin should be repulsed. He should get up and tell Tae-hee to get out. But for some reason, all Dojin wants to do is see how Tae-hee looks in the throes of passion. First off, let me make it clear, I adore this title. It is one of my favorite titles of all time. I say all this to let you know just how biased I am toward the series. If you expect me to dislike this and share harsh criticism, you will probably be disappointed. I will do my best to be as balanced as possible, but be warned, this will likely be a shower of praise. Prepare to drown in one of my favorite titles of all time. Now, let's get started. First, the art in this is very unique. It's pretty rough early on, but it settles into the style over time and becomes one of my favorite atypical art styles. It isn't the most consistent or clean style, as it's very sketchy overall, but it has a unique mix of cartoony and realistic qualities that really speaks to me. Tae-hee and Taiwan in particular are stunning in very distinct ways. It's impressive how vastly different every character is, and that goes beyond hair and eye colors, something relatively unique in comics. There are varying eye shapes, body types, facial shapes, etc. And there was never a moment where I was confused by who each character was, which was so nice to see. This artist is very talented and I adore their work. And as if their visual art skills weren't powerful enough, the storytelling in the series is otherworldly. It's not fantastical or supernatural in nature, but it's very down to earth and painfully realistic, which I love. There are some dramatic and unbelievable elements, of course. I mean, what are the odds that both bottoms would end up with obsessive stalker types going after them? But overall, the story is grounded entirely in reality. It delves into equally lighthearted and horrific content, but doesn't give the reader whiplash. Every dark tone bleeds into the light and back again. It's all very gradual and well paced, with well-timed moments of reprieve. I don't want to give away too much because it's a story I think everyone should experience for themselves, but trust me, it's great. Now, it's not perfect by any means. This title can really be split into two stories. The first is a very lighthearted, smut-heavy story between Tae-hee and Dojin, encompassing the entire first season. Throughout this story, we get hints and foreshadowing through their mutual acquaintance Yeonwoo. It's very well done and leads perfectly into the second, and really the rest of the series, which focuses on the relationship between Yeonwoo and Taiwan. I love both couples and love both stories, but admittedly, having read Yeonwoo and Taiwan's story and seeing their development, it makes the original couple feel much more hollow and superficial. They're not hollow and superficial at all, but compared to the depth, exploration, and character growth we get from the second couple, it's hard to reread and see how little development the first couple gets. With all that being said, this is a favorite, no doubt about it. If you haven't read this yet, I implore you to give it a try. Of course, not everyone is in the right headspace for the darker aspects of the story, so my recommendation is, if you need a pick-me-up, read the first season. When you're ready for a darker and more complex story, carry on to the rest of the series. Regardless, I think this is a must read for any BL lovers. I highly recommend it. So, have you read Banana Scandal? If so, what do you think? Do you agree with my assessment? Do you not? Let me know in comment below. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Bye!